Alrighty. As we sip the last of our tea before the webinar starts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Doc from North America. And I looked on yesterday's YouTube. And thank you for watching. I see a bunch of people came in and watched. And by YouTube view, it made my day. He says, or she says, you've made my day with this video. Well, that's so nice, 5 hours ago. And then Claude Quickly just gave us a thumbs up. So that's pretty cool. All right, thank you. Just those two comments. I think there are two comments. It says one there. I don't know what that's all about. All right, let's get to the actual webinar. There we go. And we're in. Let's see what the chat line looks like. I see Robin says, be right back. Okay. Let's see what's going on this morning. You can see the dollar index right there for a second day being green. Green on the Hinky Ashkey. Where's that mouse? Right there. And you can see right there, we went into a daily buy yesterday on our platform, our new beta platform, and looking very good. I'm really happy now with it. It's working relatively fine. All we need now is a better data feed when it comes to the cash currencies. We get that, we're all good to go, and then Dukascopy traders can utilize it. All right, and you can see right there, 2 days in a daily buy. And what else we got going on? Let's take a look at it on the other side. In other words, we'll take a look at it on the platform we use right now that we send out charts on. There it is right there. Let's put it up on the screen. Right there. You can see there, 2 days in a buy there too. Now, I don't think we're going to see mountaintop, but it is trying to lift back up a little bit. I'd imagine this is, it's a double top there, and this could be like the A, and then, I'm sorry, 1. This could be the 1 right there. And then it's like A, B, C, and this could be the 2, and then this could be working the 3, so we're waiting for this thing to curl around and head back down. We are in a weekly sell since last week, as you can see right there. Let's put that in there too. I thought we had it in there. Right there. So it is in that weekly sell. Whoop, 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 whoop. There it is. Yeah, right there. And as you can see right there, we've got that pressing down. What else is there to be said about any of this? What's interesting is that the beta has been in a weekly sell for 3 weeks, and that's very interesting. Whereas in the platform we've been using, it's 2 weeks. Now the fast couldn't even get in there 3 weeks ago, which is kind of interesting. So that's kind of we're seeing some good movement and some good work on the new platform. The objective, we'll dress it up more, make it look prettier, try to make it look like the old one. Right now we're in a raw state. We're just trying to get the platform to show the technical analysis accurate. That's the key right there, the technical analysis accurate, because that's where you really make the money. And so, then we'll pretty it up like the one over here, and we'll go from there. All right, now from the dollar index, we will go over to the euro. Let's see what the euro is up to this morning. The second largest currency in the world and the second largest economy in the world. Someone said that again yesterday about China being the second largest economy in the world. I'm thinking to myself, what? 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 I would say it's probably the 4th or 5th. I think it's kind of tied with Japan more. But we'll see. And And then, oh, you know what? We have a big story this morning too to show you. Wow, it was a really freak out. Where did we show you this story? We'll get there when we move further into the currencies. Um, it's a major currency conversation. And you can see here, there's the euro. Let's get it up over here. And there it is. We're in a sell for a second day, but it's not really going anywhere particular. Yesterday they drove it down, almost made a new low. Failed. It's an inside day right there. And it's still in the weekly buy. So, that's why we look at the dollar index and think, well, it'll probably roll over and we'll start to see some pressure moving in that direction. And that's what we've been thinking all along here is, the dollar, is awful strong. We could fall down to 99 or 96 or 97 and that would still be strong. That's a pretty powerful dollar index. Imagine it went up into the 114s. Ooh. That's really strong. Just shows you that there's nowhere else to go. Only the euro, European Union, seems to be the other place to go, and then little pockets here or there in England and so forth. But no real. No, I guess could say not Japan. Their stagflation. China is falling apart left and right. Probably Taiwan. Some of the others in the Pacific coast. There must be some solid countries that are doing something right. But we look for. You have to look at. When you're looking at all these things, you have to look for like a really real solid type of environment. In other words, you're looking for a growing economy. Something has potential in the future. Things like that. You would think some of those African nations could get their act together and start to actually become capitalist and raise the standard of living for their people instead of trying to make them all a one-size-fits-all thing. But it doesn't seem to happen. All right. Right there, that is the... what is it? That's the XA. Okay, let's get the euro in that, too. Where is the euro in that? There is the euro right there. And so you can see that's still pressing into the buy for the last couple of days with the euro, but over here you can see it's in the sell, but it's going sideways. The fast stochastic here is at 68.2 and the slow is at 76, so it's telling us that it wants to roll over. It's telling us it's trying to roll over. This is telling us it's trying to roll over. But with that weekly buy, it's awful hard to want to get, you don't really want to get short. From a little sell signal. That's like taking profits from this nice buy signal we had. That's what it comes down to. Does most traders realize that out there? We have like 3 positions every day. Our math tells us. It says be long, be short, or be neutral. Now, we know what being long means. It means you bought something and you're hoping that it goes up in value. And you know what short is, most of you, and that is that you sell something you don't own and then you hope to buy it back cheaper than what you sold it for. It's like the reverse of long. And then, there's a third out there, and that is neutral. So in other words, if you have an existing position and you don't want to really get out of it, and you want to play the tax laws, you don't want to be involved in this taxation where you're buying and selling, what you do is you turn around and you still hold on to the long if it's a long, and you sell maybe bear spreads against it or something of that nature. You sell options derivatives up against the product, and that makes, or you could even sell the futures contract and just freeze it totally. And if you were short a product, let's say there's products where people go, I hate that thing, and I'm not going to ever get long it, and they're short it all the time, and you could go and buy, you're hedging a short, you could go buy or sell, you could go sell some put spreads or buy a call. Just like if you're long, you could go sell call spreads and buy a put. And that will make you neutral. And that's how that works there. And so, and then that's that neutral stance. So it cuts down on this or that, or just in the end result, you're protected. All right, and if anybody wants to get into a good option conversation, don't be afraid to ask. We're fine. We love talking about options. We love talking about technical analysis. We'll look at any product anybody wants to look at, and then I can complain. Compared to the American media, I can actually complain about things or identify things or explore ideas. And so when we get over into that area, we'll go into it. When we get up to the Japanese yen, we'll take a look at it. What I'm talking about, the story that I want to talk about, which is earth-shattering. It's something that hasn't happened in 3 decades. So it's going to be really interesting in the next few minutes when we get there. Now, there's cable. And cable is also 2 days in a sell, but not doing too much in a weakness. And you can see the weekly buy hanging out there. So it's kind of in that it's in a neutral state. And then what we do is we put it up over here. Where do we put it up? We put it up over here on right there on the new platform. You see the new platform is doing the same thing. We're going to sell for a couple days. And let's put it up on J4X. Right there. That has caught it. It's in the sell for a couple days. Woo! That's wild. And you can see there the fast stochastic's at 48.27. And the fast and the slow is at 62.49. So it's like a 33% gap in there. And it's showing the pressure on that product. And same thing here. You can see we have, let's see, yeah, you can see it right there. You see the weekly. We're 3 weeks in a buy on that product compared to here, where we are just 2 weeks. And we're really happy what we're seeing here with our new platform. And, we're going to let people try it for free for a while and beta test it, since it doesn't take us any work to let it happen. And we'll go from there. But and then we'll work on a intraday system, which for those short-term traders that need something that to give you be able to adjust your deltas, or if you're just out there just trading short-term and intraday on the hard delta, and you won't have to marry any options particular if you don't want to. And so you don't marry them, you just date them really. You just go out. It's like a one-night stand. And let's see, from there, that's the cable. And so from there, we're going to slide over to the Swiss. Let's see what the Swiss is up to this morning. It seems to have smoothed out. And there it is right there. Bunch of days in the sell. What's that? 5. That's a 6 going on a 6th day in a sell. You can see the fast is at 34.3, and the slow is at 27.6. So we're seeing some upwardly pressure on it at the moment. Take a look at it right there. There it is. And you can see we went into the buy yesterday there, and still in the buy. And you can see the fast is moving up on the weekly, and we've been in a weekly sell for about 3 weeks and 4 weeks on the fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th week. No, it's not, because it's up and through. You can see that it's trying to act very, very strong. Now, if this daily, daily, the slow really kicks up on this weekly right here, the weekly algorithm. If it gets through that 0 line, which I kind of doubt, it's Thursday, I think we'd see a little bit more strength, but it could put pressure on the product going into next week. And again, we always talk about this end of year sizing up or balancing the books. There's Cowboy. Let's say hello to Cowboy. Yo, Cowboy. Just doing the webinar. Yeah, no. What happened? Remember, time change. So my webinar is on GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. So when we do time change in the States, I get shoved back an hour.
So how is the world?
The world is doing fine. They said hello, Cowboy, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where's all the money? Oh, it's in the U.S.
It's in the U.S. Yeah, exactly. Did you see? Was it the Vashvani? Ramas, whatever, however they say his name, he chewed them apart last night. That was gorgeous.
That was the worst debate I've ever seen.
I just watched the videos on him. The videos were on him. I was it. I didn't watch anybody else's because they don't make any sense.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Yeah, he really tore him up.
Yeah.
Yep.
it looks like they weren't prepared. Looked like they just took it lightly. I
Yeah.
doubt it. I watched it.
Yeah, but he tore him up. It was great.
Yeah, what are you going to do when Trump gets there?
He'll eat them alive. Well, they won't be there. They'll be all gone.
Yeah.
So Vic will be left. Vic will be standing. I want him as the vice president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Catch you
Later. Yep. Okay, we're back. So where's the money in America? It seems like, or at least the biggest borrower. That's are we the biggest? Yeah, we're the biggest borrower, but we're not the most in debt. That's the amazing thing. We're the cleanest of the dirtiest shirts. That's not too bad. In other words, if you're going to pick a dirty shirt, pick ours. All right, and that is the Swiss. And like I said, we'll see what they do with the Swiss over the next 4 or 5 days, and we'll go from there. Let's see. From there, we move ourselves over to the yen, and that's where our conversation begins. This is where our conversation begins. We're into Asia. You can see here a couple days in the daily buy. Let's put it up over here. Right. Dollar yen. You can see it's trying to lift 78 on the fast, 57 on the slow. You're talking about their, basically 28%, 29% gap going on right there. That's pretty good. Actually, a 30% gap. And then what you have over here is it's been in a weekly buy for a long while. It doesn't seem to want to let go, and here we are back over the 51 area. So Doc says, I got a story to talk about. And it's like, well, Doc, what kind of story do you got to talk about that's going on in Asia? It's a China story. Yeah, it's a China story. And it's we don't know how to measure China except through financial. Everything they publish or so forth, it's not exactly the easiest thing to, pick up on. But, here we put up the Chinese story right there. There we go. We're going to bring it over to the screen. China's foreign direct investment turns negative for the first time on record. Whoa. Now, we keep on saying things don't make sense to us. And what does Doc mean by that? They don't make sense. You borrowed $11 billion. All right? You have an interest rate payment of $15 million. And they default on it. What happened to the $11 billion? Can't you just sell something? Imagine you owned an $11 million house. You had an $11 million house or 11 million euro house. And you owe a payment of 1,500 euros. But you got a house that's worth $11 million. Well, you can't find $1,500? You can't rent the place out for a day? Can't do something? Can't you find a new roommate for a month for like $9,000 or $20,000 or something like that? I've lived in neighborhoods where people rent their houses for $25,000 a week. $25,000 a week and $20,000 a week. When in demand. All right. They can't find a way to find $15 million. I was on this tear last week. I was like, what is going on with these people? And so here we go again. China foreign direct, right there. China foreign direct investments going into the country turns negative for the first time on record. What are they doing with all the money? Are they building tanks and planes? They borrow money for real estate, and then what do? Go do something else with it, and so they can't sell it. What is the malfunction there? And it just goes on. The whole thing, the whole article just goes on and on and on. It says the latest balance of payments data revealed that China recorded its first ever quarterly decline, not even monthly, quarterly decline in foreign direct investments, underscoring the capital outflow pressure, which we first flagged 2 months ago. There's a lot of people like myself, we watch the numbers. We don't understand, like Evergreen or this Country Garden and all these other investment companies over there. Where'd the money go? You owe $11 billion. You can't find $15 million to pay off your interest payment for the quarter or the month or whatever it was. They're gone. I mean, what did the 11? Where the That's why we say China is not the second largest economy in the world. It's obvious. I mean, if you have your currency that our currency is locked to the dollar. Matter of fact, I saw an article on that where, let me see if I can find that article. They had an article 2 days ago talking about how the currency is locked against the dollar. And so, how can you be the second largest economy in the world if your currency can't even float and only trades 2.5% to 3% a day? That's it. I mean, it goes on and on. We're not bad mouthing China. We're just saying none of this math makes any sense whatsoever. None. And we hear it day in and day out. Like I heard it again this morning. And China is the second largest economy in the world. It's like, no way in the world they're the second largest economy in the world. If they were the second largest economy in the world, they could find $15 million and pay a monthly. There you go. Let's put that one over there too. I didn't even bring this article up. Yuan de facto pegged to dollar looks here to stay. And you can see there that, in other words, whenever the dollar moves, they move the yuan. And that's why it only trades maybe 2.5% to 3% a day. And that's it, because everybody knows it's not and not counting the other. Why would you buy the yuan when the country is falling apart financially? And it's just getting worse and worse, and you can't trust any of the math, because none of the math makes any sense. If everything they said was even half true, then we wouldn't see these odd defaults here and there for such little money. I mean, you're talking about multi-billion-dollar companies having defaults on not even 1%. They're defaulting. Their assets are billions and billions, and they can't find, a few $1 million. They can't even find a few $1 million. What did they do with the money? Where is, what was it, that Jerry Maguire film? Show me the money. Show me the money. Because China obviously doesn't have that money. And that's the thing that catches my eye all the time. And I bring it up here, and if I try to bring it up in the United States, they say, oh, you're bashing the Chinese. It's like, I'm not bashing anybody. I want to know why you can't, when you have $11 billion, why can't you make a $15 million payment? I don't understand it. And not only that, it was really bad, is that it slipped past a grace period where they were behind, and finally they had to declare bankruptcy internationally in that company. And no wonder capital is flying out of that country like the sun rises each day. It's just they're all running away. Run away. So, anyhow, that is my newest point of factual math about China. The greatest ever, or the largest, or no, not even, it's not even the largest, not the quantity. The fact that money is leaving the country for the first time ever recorded. Probably like since Richard Nixon or something like that. So, and I could go back and look on the chart. Let me see if I can see what the chart shows. Because they did put a chart up there. When is that? Let's see. I'll give you an idea. That chart went back to 2009. That's really crazy. I'm sure there's, the whole thing is a circus act at this point, unfortunately. All right, now from there, from the yen, we leave the Asian market and we slide over into the great experiment, we like to call it. It's the great experiment, and that is the euro Turkish lira. Let's look at that great experiment and see what's going on. And there it is. It's going after all-time highs again. I think that, matter of fact, that yes, these last couple of days have been all-time high closes. We've been closing in all-time highs now for 4 days, 5 days. Because there's the probably the all-time high right there, and that was 30.25, and this thing closed at 30.32, and then there was 49, and there was 51. There was the all-time high again, close, and then 51 again, and then today we are trading at 54. So we're trading right now a possible all-time high close. Now you can see here we're backing off from the little gap up, and we're starting to play with the little daily sell there at the moment. And let's get that thing up on let's get the great experiment up on the J4X. This great experiment has been going on for about 8 or 9 years. The former prime minister, now president, is doing some type of massive experiment with his country, trying to figure out how to bring investors in and grow his economy on some level. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe we don't realize it. Maybe he doesn't want to grow the economy. He just wants to make everything equal. They do say he's part of that Politburo type thing going on. So he's got that Zoroastrianism, socialism thing going on. And that's where, right around there, that's where it all was invented at one time. So maybe that's what it really comes down to. Maybe the Turkish people don't realize that they're heading towards Zoroastrianism, hiding behind modern day ideals. Maybe that's what it is. But it is the great experiment, and we don't know how else to be able to describe it but as the great experiment. And so we're at record highs again, for like the last 5 days. And, we're in that weekly buy since the 28s. And here we are trading at the 30 and a halves. And there's not much more to be said. And, I was saying a couple of days ago, what happens when this thing goes to like 33? When it goes to 33, are they going to raise rates again? Are they going to go to 37.5%? And when you have inflation at 61%, you would think that they could at least get the interest rates up into the 30s. That would make some sense to me. But then this is the great experiment, so anything's possible with them. You just don't know. Yep. All right. So now, we go from there to the largest brick. We go to the largest brick. And the largest brick in the world, the best brick currency in the world, is obviously, everybody knows it. It's locked into gold and silver, just the same way that the other brick members dream about, and that is the South African Rand. So let's get that onto the screen. And there it is right there, the ZAR. Now it's been moving up the last couple days. Interesting little bounce down since the beginning of October. And that's where we bottomed in gold in the 1830 area. And we've gone up to the $2,000 area. And then it kind of stalled out. There's the mountaintop top. When it comes to the dollar index, MT top. And then we have gold right there, playing at the bottom end of our box. The base, or a head and shoulders. I think it's base, but we'll see. And we're in that weekly buy. You can see the fast is breaking down right there, but we're still pretty good in the other side of it all. And you can see a little bounce trying to turn up like here. So we might be a couple more days away from a bottom in this product. And that is the dollar. That's the gold. That's gold. And it's doing what it's supposed to do, and that is, as the South African Rand, as you see over on. I didn't put it up on J4X. Let's put this up on J4X. When you look at the South African Rand, right there, it's trying to lift up, and gold is going down. That's the way it's supposed to work. Then from there, we'll go take a look at silver. Silver's been underperforming the gold. You can see that right there. Didn't get up into the 26s or 27s. It's like 66%. Or was this going to see 20? Where are we at now? We're at 22. The all-time high is like 51. So we're talking about we're like that's 50. That's six. Is that 50%? Yeah, that's 50%. That's like we're like 61% away from all-time highs. 61%? No, we are 57%. 57% from all-time highs. All right, and you can see there a third day in a sell. You see that the fast algorithm right there is breaking down on the weekly, but the slow is still holding up pretty well in there. So, and that is silver. No questions again. Ever since Mountain, it was what was the other fellow that was looking for? It was a trader that was looking for a mentor. I hope they did well finding a mentor. They talked to Robin, but I don't think that made much. Robin said he was a little confused what the fellow wanted. So I guess he needed a collar on him, like a puppy. And he wanted to be guided like a puppy. Huh. All right, now from there, we go over to the copper. Again, that's the Chinese connection. We always say that. I could have done the story about that, but I thought once we got into Asia, it made sense to. We were looking at the Japanese currency, which is the third biggest currency in the world after the dollar and the euro, and I just automatically thought of that. And so you can see there, copper is in a second day of a sell. It was trying to get into the buy. You could see that cute little circle that was right there for a while. We might as well just erase that and then move that over just a little bit like so. And you can see that's where we went into the sell in here. And it's been pretty much sideways, kind of not really going anywhere. I'd imagine that it's more of a buyer strike than anything else. That's the way I would look at it when it comes to the metals. It's a buyer's strike. All the buyers don't want to buy metals at the moment, but there's no real sellers out there. And so that's probably the issue of it all. Now there is the last of the metals that we look at, and this is platinum. Now platinum, let's see if we can fix that. Platinum is having its issues there. It's been in a sell since back right there. We've been in a sell since here, and that's yesterday. Let's get today in there. And you can see we have slid back into the sell side of platinum right there. And we've got the fast and the slow busting the line and heading for the manifold together, which says, wow, I don't know what it really means besides weakness, but it must mean something because they cannot get the platinum to go. And so, whereas at least gold got up to 2,000 and silver, they couldn't get silver to go. Couldn't even get past, I don't think, 24. Let's take a look at that again. Let's take a look at silver one more time. Kathleen. All right, right there. There's silver. Yeah, they couldn't even get the thing over 24 on that same move. It went from 21.17 to almost 24. Right there, 23.88. So that was a good $2.50, $2.71, basically 2 3/4, and that's pretty good. But that really squeezed the ratio spread, the ratio spread between silver and gold. That definitely hurt it. And we were watching the ratio start to pick up for a while there, and now it's just rolled over again. And at this point, Looking at the platinum, and we'll finish it off at the platinum and jump over to the next currency. But, looking at the platinum, it definitely has us going, what in blazes is going on with that? I mean, they're getting ready to try to take out the low of early October already. I mean, there's no love for the platinum and no love for the metal. Like I said, looks like to me like a buyer strike. A buyer strike in the metals. That's what it looks like to me. And they got excited at one point, but gone. All right, now, let's go over to oil. You can see here we're getting a little bump this morning. We've been in a daily sell and a weekly sell, and the product has fallen from the mid 80s down to the mid 70s. So it's been a $10 rollover through that signal. A winner chicken dinner. And we're going to show you Brent. Let's go find Mr. and Mrs. Brent. Right there. There's Brent. We're going to show you Brent. We're going to put Canadian up on the screen also on J4X, because that is, there it is right there. And you can see it's moving back up again, and we've talked about this yesterday and so forth. It's been really going in the odd direction. It's been telling us all the way back in September that oil wanted to go down. Matter of fact, it's been telling us since June, which we've seen oil in the 90s, West Texas Intermediate. We've seen all that, and and it's been telling us. And look where we're at now, 76. It's been telling us over and over and over again that the overall trend has been losing against the dollar, and at the same time, oil has been finding ways to constantly fall down. It's been constantly falling down, even when it went from the 60s last time all the way up to the low 90s right there. Oh, you can't see that. You're looking at Brent right now, like right there. And this is odd for it to go roaring up when this product goes roaring up. And then these things here, these odd sell-offs, is just put energy into the energy market, I guess you could say. Because usually that's the way it works with that particular currency. All right, now, let's widen it out again like so. And let's go take a look at Brent right here. And there's Brent. And it's been in a daily sell now for since up in here into the 90 area. And here we are piercing the 80 today. You can see the weekly's been in a sell up in the 90s area too. And it doesn't seem to want to let go. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, going on a 7th week in a sell. So Brent is feeling the pain right along with the West Texas Intermediate right there. And the spread between the back month and the front month in West Texas here in the States. We see that trading at 76 basically, 76 and 3 cents. And we look at the February contract, the back month of 3 months, because we're looking at December now. No, not there. That's not it. Right there. And it's trading at 75, 74. So you're talking about 27 cents, 29 cents, 30 cents. That's all it is. It was $3 no more than 2 weeks ago. It was a $3 spread from back month to front month. Now it's 30 cents. It's lost $2.70. That is one aggressive drop. All right, and then from there we slide over to Nat Gas right there. And Nat Gas is, and that's gold. And we slide over to Nat Gas right there. And it's doing the same thing. It's feeling that pressure. And we've busted through the sell side with no problem whatsoever. Matter of fact, we should put the line in there at this point. Right there. So we're in the weekly sell there at the same time now. And the pressure is on the daily. It's just been staying in that daily sell and doesn't seem to be able to get lifted in any way, rising. And here we are going into the winter months. And that's curious in its own right. Now, I heard a weather story yesterday about Europe is going to be warmer than usual. All the currents in the world are slowing down, so that makes sense. So when water slows down, it gets warmer and it heats things up. Let's see, and that is pretty much the magic of it all, except for let's look at the energy company in Spain. It's played with low 26s now. We're hoping that it will park itself down there for a while. So let's put that in. And we've got it trading at, it's doing a little pop up. Darn. Well, it's 26.5. So let's put it up on J4X. Right there. This is an energy company in Spain. 26.65s. Bid for 71s are offered. And you can see right here, we've been in a daily sell for many, many weeks. And a weekly buy. It's been a neutral position. And now we're flirting with the weekly sell as we speak. We're seeing pressure on it. So if this thing will get back into the sell, maybe it'll come back down into the low or mid 25s. And that's the energy and how it's trading in Europe. Any questions out there? Anybody want to ask something? Anybody wants to tell us something? Yeah, anything. Anything. All right. From there, we march our way over to the S&P 500. We're going to throw that right on the screen there. There it is on J4X. It's lifting up nicely right there. And that's the index itself. And here is the futures contract trading at 407. It's still in the buy. It's been in that buy for almost 2 weeks now. And there's your buy signal there. And when we go and look at it on our new platform, let's put it up on that right there. You can see it's been in a buy for a while, not letting go. And then you can see it's been in a weekly buy. That product has been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. So the new platform is picking up action a little bit better than the old platform, and that's what we were hoping for. And so it's improving the math by a little bit. I mean, if no one else can compete with me, I might as well compete with myself and fight to make old math better fight to make the math better than what it was. And that's the way we work around here. Competition, capitalism. All right. And then from there, we slide over to, let's see what we got over here. Let's put the Tech 100 in. And we'll finish it off with a short-term trading tool. And then we'll call it a day, I guess. Right there is, the Tech 100 having a little issues here this morning. Let's see what it shows on the new platform. Right there. Same situation, 3 weeks in a buy. Been climbing and climbing and climbing. A little quiet today. And then we put it up on J4X. No, I'm sorry, it's on J4X. Let's put it up on Chicago Quant. There we are. There we go. See that there. And it's 2 weeks, whereas the new platform has it 3 weeks in the buy. And it's 3, 6, 8 days in the buy. Not bad. It could close out almost 2 full weeks going into Friday in a buy. And then from there, we slide over to the grand lady of them all. And that is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The greatest marketing tool an exchange has ever come up with. And you can see right there, 2 weeks in a buy, and you can see the same situation right there. Let's see what else we got going on right there, and you can see the daily buy. It's been holding on nicely. And what else can we say about any of that? Let's take this green and move it over to there, and let's move that red red, 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 there. And then the last green was right there. And then a sell there. Oh, we went into a buy there, so we have to basically put another one of those things in. We go like this. And so that's what we got right there. It's just continuously trying to get going. And that was a long slide. Where is it? Let's put that slide in there too, right there. That was a good long slide down and bumped up again and fell again. It was very interesting. So from there, we go over to the most speculative of the stock indices, and that is the Russell 2000, which is rolled over yesterday again. You can see it. Well, today they're trying to lift up. That's nice. So let's steal this buy signal right there and put it in there. But our weekly's still in the sell there, and it's not willing to change. And let's see what else we got going on. And then we went into the sell here a couple days ago again. And it was a winner chicken dinner because it's in a weekly sell. The fast is up through, so you'd be concerned. But the slow is, it's been in a long weekly sell now since the middle of August. So it's been just sliding from the 2000 area from there. Let's see, was it 2000? Yeah, from the 2000 area basically, or 1950 area. And it's brought itself down to the 1650 area, low of 1638. So it has not let go. It has not let go. All right. From there, what we got there? We go like that. And now let's go to our last equity indice, which does it all. It can be a currency. It can be a stock indice. It can act like a futures contract. It can do it all, and that is called Bitcoin. So let's put that up on the screen. And there's roaring up. This is the ETF we're showing you, and over here we can show you both the ETF and the cash on our new platform, which is nice, right there. And it's been in a buy, had one day in a sell, and then turned right back up into the buy. And we've been in a weekly buy for since August, we've been in a buy. So we've been in a buy for a long while. The product has slowly climbed and wrestled with that. And you can see here, just kind of bouncing around in the 26,000 and 28,000, and it bounced back down again. And then finally here we are at the 37,000. I think that's where we're at today. Let's take a look at that. Right there. That's 37,000. So today's high is 37,016. So that's $160. $37,160. And so that's the magic one of all. That the Bitcoin or the cryptos themselves. And we saw the story this morning that the former chairman of the New York Stock Exchange is going to try to bail out FTX. There's too many politically connected people in there. There was billions in there. He was, singing a song to the Democrat money machines, and Gensler, the Democrat running the Securities Exchange Commission, was getting ready to turn him into a major exchange to compete with the New York, and then he got caught stealing billions of dollars. And so that's they're trying to buy it in auction, and then maybe there'll be some clawback. But I would imagine that people will get clawed. They'll claw back some monies from the family. I think they can find. I think it was $8 billion he stole. So I think they'll find some of it, and they'll force politicians to give some of it back. He gave it to them in donations, and he was buying lots of influence, and they thought it was wonderful. And now they'll probably have to, maybe they'll get a couple billion back. Maybe they'll get, we've seen what Enron did, and we saw Bernie Madoff, and I'm trying to think who else. Somebody else did a clawback. They've done clawbacks now, where they go to different places that made money off of the illegal activity, and they claw it back. They find a way to get some of it back, and not hurt the companies at the same time. So like J.P. Morgan might end up paying $200 million, and Goldman Sachs might because they recommended to their clients to use it, and so they'll be like, they'll claw them back. Next thing you know, they'll find maybe, I know that the family has a couple $100 million, and they also own an island now too with some of that money. So, and there's some big real estate. They'll probably end up forced to sell that, and maybe they'll come back with a billion or $2 billion, and then this way they can really regenerate the company instead of creating a new one. This way they can try to bail out their friends in the politics side. That's the way it looks to me. So, and that's all right. That's what capitalism's all about. Or in their case, it's a crony capitalism or socialism or a fascism of some form. That's what they're doing. That's what they do. They don't do real capitalism. They do the opposite. It's a socialism of some form. Crony, we call it crony capitalism, where they only allow their friends to be invested and not let everybody else to be invested. And then they give them government grants through tax dollars and force things to survive, like Solyndra and other companies who spent billions and lost it in solar company activity. Matter of fact, I think there's an ETF for the solar companies, and they are down about 40% for the year. Let's see if we can find that. That would be interesting. Solar, just to look at that, and then we'll get out of here. Let's try that one more time. There's a big bailout. They've got this big slush fund. Mr. Biden has given one of his political cronies a little under $400 billion. Solar ETFs list. Cool, we got one. Let's see if we can put one of these things in there and take a look at it. But they're down about 40%. And if not today, because we're running out of time here, we will show you some other day. Now, why aren't they showing us solar ETF lists, solar energy list, creative ideas, last minute? Let's see, solar energy ETFs. Let's see what that is. State Street. Oh, they have one? State Street. I trust State Street. Let's see what that is. Best 3 energy divided players. Let's see. All right. Well, we'll try to find one tomorrow, and we'll see what goes with that. So, anyhow, traders, this is Doc from North America. What was the title? Let me just go real quick and talk out loud. What title were we talking about today? Oh, we had it in our head. It was an easy one. Darn it, I should have written it down. Does anybody remember what the title was I was thinking about? Show me the money. That's something like that. I think that's what it was. Show me the money. All right, we're going to sing our way out of this then. This is Doc from North America again saying, be safe, be smart. See you tomorrow on TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. All right. Happy trails to you until we meet again. That'll be tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Take care, traders. Catch you tomorrow. Ta-ta.